I purchased 6 of the new items that dropped for the Pat McGrath Holiday 2020 collection. I purchased the large palette, the 3 quads, a lipstick, and also the highlighter. So I thought I would go ahead and share those items with you guys today and give you swatches of all of them. The Sephora VIB sale is coming up. I also did a demo with these products, which is the look that's on my face, and that will be towards the end of the video if you're interested in seeing how some of these products worked for me. But let's just jump right into it. So I actually ordered the Mothership Mega Celestial Divinity eyeshadow palette, which is Pat McGrath's largest eyeshadow palette to date, and I ordered it off of her website quite some time ago, and it took a very long time to get here. So I kind of just figured, let's just wait for the other items that launched after the fact and then do a video on all the products that I got. I really don't like it when brands do that. Like, just launch the whole collection so we don't have to place so many orders, you know what I mean, and kind of wait for different pieces here and there. It doesn't make sense to me, and it kind of drives me a little crazy, especially when you have such a long shipping time. So anyway, I purchased all of this off of the Pat McGrath website, but some of the products are available on the Sephora website as well. So the large palette is $78, and there are 18 shades in there for a total of 0.69 ounces in the entire palette, which averages about to be 0.038 ounces per shade, which is a kind of medium amount of product that you're getting amongst 18 shades. This is what the box packaging looks like. I found it really interesting, and I'll kind of point it out. There's stickers covering up certain parts of the packaging on this stuff. Like, there's an actual sticker over the top of this as well. So I'm going to pull this sticker off for you guys because I did it with the lipstick as well, and there's a different kind of graphic underneath both of these products. It's the same graphic they covered up on the lipstick as the palette, and I don't know why. It's very interesting to me. But you can kind of see there's like a sun kind of dial situation right here. You can see it better on the lipstick when I show you guys that, but that was just really interesting to me why they put stickers to cover up part of the packaging on here. So they also did the same thing with the palette, and I won't pull the sticker off of this palette because it'll probably mess with the actual packaging here. But one thing that I really do like is they put a sticker on the back as well. I'm not so crazy about stickers. They could just, you know, print it on the packaging. I almost dropped. But there is at least a sticker on the back with the shades on there, as opposed to a separate piece of either plastic or cardboard inside that has the shades on them. It's actually attached to the palette, which I really appreciate. It's something that I've wanted them to do for a really long time. So the Mothership Mega Celestial Divinity palette is in cardboard packaging. It's got little bands right here to keep it from going all the way back, and then there's a good sized mirror in there. I would have rather just not had these so I could flip the palette all the way back and it would make it easier to hold in my hands. I'm tempted to cut them, but I'm not gonna do it because it just, again, makes it easier to hold when I can flip the cover all the way back and I don't use the mirror anyway. But if you do use a mirror, the bands are there to hold it so that it doesn't fall all the way backwards. So here are your 18 shades. There are only 3 matte eyeshadows in here. You have got this shade right here, which is called Major Mahogany, and then you've got this one down here, which is called Venusian Orchid, and then the other one is this guy right here, which is called Venomous Void. Everything else in here is a shimmer or a metallic type of a shadow. And I haven't used every single shadow in all of these palettes just yet, but hopefully you can tell in the swatches kind of the consistency of the shadows. The matte formulation does feel on par with her other matte eyeshadows. I got along with them really well. They're pigmented and they blend out really lovely. Some of these shimmer shades are a thicker type of a texture, but they're really saturated and they have a really nice sparkle to them. There are no special shades in these palettes. Like, for me, the astral shades in her palettes are what really make them Pat McGrath for me, and among all 4 of these palettes there are no astral shades, so I'm kind of sad about it because I really like those shades. There's always something really special and pretty about them. There's something about that particular formulation that reminds me of some of the Clionadh Cosmetics multi-chromes that I absolutely love, that have that really special sparkle to them. So do those Pat McGrath astral shades, and there aren't any of those shades in these palettes. So these are all kind of standard powder eyeshadows. There are some very beautiful shades in here, however, but if you're looking to get your first Pat McGrath experience, I don't feel like you're really going to get the full experience with these shadows because it doesn't contain any astral shades. Like I said, those are very special shades for me that look so beautiful on the lids. Some people find them a little difficult to work with. They work best over kind of a tackier, sticky type of base to get the most like reflect out of them. Also with this palette, the only new shades in here are these 2 rows down the center. These 6 right here are actually the same shadows that were in the Star Wars Mothership Dark Galaxy palette right here. So the same shadows in here are these 6 right here, which is this palette. And then on the other side of the spectrum, you have got the Star Wars Galactic Gold, which are the other 6 right here. These guys right here are the same as that Star Wars palette. So the only new ones are the 2 columns down the center. Also, here are the names of all the shadows that are in the palette. So let's go ahead and get swatching these guys. Those are the first 4. So you can see that that pigmentation and that quality factor is there. And then these guys. These next 4. I love this green shade. I love the other kind of greeny gold too. In this bottom row, gosh, isn't that pretty? That's that other shade. It's kind of like a green brown duochrome shade. And then these last 2 here. So those are the swatches right there. Try to get them all in one shot there. So as you can see, there are some very beautiful shades in there. Nicely pigmented, nice shine. Now we'll go ahead and get into the quads. I purchased all 3 of them. One of these quads is exclusive to the Pat McGrath website, at least for now. Sometimes they do bring out those products later on at different retailers, but Fleur Fantasia is available on the Pat McGrath website, and then Risque Rose and Interstellar Icon are both on the Sephora website. So they each kind of have a little bit of a tinted colored box, like a blue, purple, and a pink right there. There are 4 shades in each quad, and I found it interesting that the Risque Rose quad, the 4 shades are 0.06 ounces per shade, and then the other 2 quads, the Fleur Fantasia and the Interstellar Icon, are both 0.07 ounces per shade. So you're getting slightly more product in the Interstellar Icon and the Fleur Fantasia as compared to the Risque Rose, which is just kind of interesting. The formulation in these quads are also a more standard eyeshadow formula from Pat McGrath. There are some very beautiful duochromes in here. One in particular that I think is quite special, and that is one in the Risque Rose quad. With the packaging on this, it's that same type of black packaging, but they also put a sticker on these now with the names of the shadows and also the names of the palette. Sometimes I just wonder though, like, why can't you just print it on the actual packaging as opposed to the sticker? But I'm not complaining because I'm happy that there is a sticker with the names on there as opposed to, again, a separate sheet like that's covering them with the names and stuff on there. So I do really appreciate that they are doing that with the names and the names of the shadows and also the names of the palette on there. So that being said, let's get into the swatches of the Risque Rose quad, which is this guy right here. And one of the prettiest shades is in this quad, and it's called Lavendering, and I've got it kind of through the center of my lid today. It's kind of a duochromy type of shade that has a purple, silver, slight little bit of blue. It's really, really beautiful. And then this quad has got one matte eyeshadow, which is this one down here called Mink Noir right there. It is a little bit more flaky, but it isn't one of those like special astral shades from Pat McGrath, but I love this color. It is so beautiful. Isn't that pretty though? So that quad right there is the Risque Rose quad. Next up, we have got the Interstellar Icon quad, and there are no mattes in this guy right here. You have got Golden Polaris, Hypnotic, Blue Blood, and Divine Dahlia. And this shade right here is really beautiful as well. It's hard to tell on camera, but there's like a green, gold, brown, pinky, like a sparkles in it. It's really pretty. It reminds me of a potted Marc Jacobs shadow that came out a while ago, but it's really, really beautiful. This one's a duochrome with a slight bit of purpley in it. See, that's so pretty. I've got a little bit of this guy on the outer portion today. So that guy is the Interstellar Icon eyeshadow quad right there. I should also tell you where these guys are made. The Risque Rose is made in Italy. The Interstellar Icon is made in the USA. The Fleur Fantasia is made in the USA. And the Mothership Mega is also made in the USA. Next up, we've got the Fleur Fantasia quad. This is the one that is exclusive to the Pat McGrath website right now. So you've got Utopia, Lavender Blue, which is that really pretty lavender blue pink kind of duochrominess to it. I wish that had a little bit more sparkle in it, but it's still a very pretty shade. Lotus Paradise and Iridescent Orchid. Or do I have those backwards? Iridescent Orchid and Lotus Paradise. There's one matte eyeshadow in here, which is this guy right here. So this is a little bit mid-tone kind of shades in here. So those are the swatches for the Fleur Fantasia quad right there. In today's look, I did bring in that Aether Beauty highlighter that I like to use, which reminds me of one of the astral shades from the Rose Divinity palette, is it called? But the Pure Diamond Dust right here, I got a little bit of that on the inner corner. And I did that because there are some lighter shimmery shades in here, but not one that's kind of light enough that matches my skin tone light. So for the way that I like to do eyeshadow, I do wish that there was at least one brighter, lighter shimmer shade. I'm even fine without there being a light enough matte for the, underneath the brow bone, but just a lighter, brighter shimmer for my skin tone would have been super helpful, but I don't mind bringing in that other shade. Also, if I could change one other thing, there'd be a couple of her astral shades in this lineup, which there just isn't. They're more, again, her standard eyeshadow formula. But hopefully those swatches were helpful for you guys and you were able to see kind of some of the tones and textures and some of the prettiness of some of those eyeshadows. Next up, I purchased one of the lipsticks. I got the Matte Trance lipstick, which has 0.14 ounces of product, and I got the shade Amore 449. And this guy is made in Italy as well. So this is the box packaging. It's a little bit different than the kind with the string, which I actually kind of like this little flip top packaging. And then here is the packaging of the lipstick. So I'm going to actually take this sticker off of here and leave it off just because something about a sticker on like the actual packaging is just kind of, I don't know. So I'm going to pull it off and maybe you guys will know why they put stickers over this kind of image on here. I just can't quite figure it out, but they have this image on the box packaging of the eyeshadow palette as well, and that image is covered up with that larger sticker like I showed you. So here's the image that's underneath the sticker right there. And again, that's the same image that I can tell through the cardboard on the eyeshadow palette. And this is the sticker. And I'm like, why though? So I'm going to take the sticker and I'm going to leave it off because I just don't want it on there. So anyway, there's that image. Anybody know anything about that? I just find it kind of interesting. But this packaging has got a little heart on there, which is cute. I've really been having the luck with the Pat McGrath lipstick packaging. Like some of the new balms, I got that purple shimmery one. That packaging is falling apart already and it's not even that old. Same with I've got one of the balms, the shiny kind of tinted balm ones as well. Same thing. So this one is it's a little loose, but I hope it doesn't break because the packaging is really cute. And I think it's unique too, but there's something about the component that needs to be reinforced in there to keep it from breaking because I've had quite a few of her lipsticks do this to me. But anyways, other than that, I do like the packaging a lot. And this is the lipstick I've also got on my lips today. And it's one of her Matte Trance lipsticks, which is an extremely comfortable matte type of formula. However, it's not a true matte in my opinion. You can even see with it on my lips right now, and I've had this on for probably 45 minutes or so, and it didn't dry down to a matte. It's got a little bit of a sheen to it. There's a slight shine. So it's not a true matte lipstick, but I really like the shade. I've got it on with a ColourPop lip liner in, what did I use? Cool BFF. That's what I used for a lip liner. So again, that's what I have on my lips, and I'll just give you a hand swatch as well so you can see kind of how it goes on. Nice pigmentation, very beautiful formula. It feels comfortable on the lips. Even though it has that slippy kind of silicone type of matte formula, I don't find that it's been settling in my lines on my lips either, especially with as much talking as I've been doing with this video. I can kind of see that right away usually, and I haven't had that problem with this lipstick at all, so I really like that. So that is the Matte Trance lipstick in Amour right there. And then lastly here, I did purchase the highlighter. So this is the Pat McGrath Labs Highlighter Champagne Gold. So it's a Skin Fetish Sublime Skin Highlighter in Champagne Gold. There's a total of 0.22 ounces of product, or 6.5 grams. This is the box packaging for it, and this guy is made in Taiwan. And then the little flip top right there. The packaging on this guy really surprised me. When I first picked it up, take it out of the box, I was like, whoa, this thing has some weight to it. And it does. It's a really heavy, substantial, sturdy type of a compact. It's like a hard metal type of a packaging. It feels very weighted, very substantial, very luxurious. So it's a twist off top. You've got her kind of logos embossed in the cap there. So you twist off the top, and there is your highlighter. And when I first saw pictures of this, I thought for sure this was baked gelée all the way, right? But it's not. It's a powder formula. It's a little bit a thicker type of a formula with a nice kind of grip to it. I really love the texture of this highlighter. However, it is too dark for my skin tone to use by itself. So I mixed it with the Give Me Glow highlighter in White Noise, and that is what I have on my skin today. And it kind of just took the White Noise highlighter down to a more fleshy toned highlight on my skin tone, because again, this is just too dark for me. But I'm going to swatch it for you guys. It's a beautiful highlighter. Like, we need more shades of this. We need lighter shades, we need darker shades, we need more shades, maybe duochrome shades, I don't care. But this formulation is really pretty, and we need some more shades, you know? So you can see it's a very nude, almost bronzy type of a highlighter. It's so pretty. The texture's so beautiful as well. It's just too dark for me to wear by myself on its own. I can't wear it by myself. But there it is, swatched out. I'll kind of buff it a little bit as well. But just a little bit too deep, but I think it mixed in with White Noise beautifully. And on a deeper skin tone, oh, this is gonna look absolutely stunning. I just love the texture. It is so smooth, so pretty. So that's the Champagne Gold Skin Fetish Sublime Skin Highlighter right there. Again, we need more shades of this. And this packaging, I mean, I kind of feel like you can knock somebody out with it. Quick mention too, the price of the quads actually went down. I think they were 65 or 68 or something like that prior to. They're now $55. So I love that they're a little bit more affordable than the first quads that she released. And then also the highlighter was $65. And I can see why it was that expensive, because like I said, that packaging is quite hefty. And those are all the things that I purchased this far from the Pat McGrath holiday collection. I do want to pick up that duo of lip balms that just came out too. Again, just release the whole collection, please, at once, instead of like making me place 3 or 4 orders. You know what I mean? Anyway, if you guys are interested in seeing how I got the look that's on my face and how these products kind of perform for me, you can hang tight and we will get into it right now. Using a Chikuhodo T6 brush, I'm going to go into the highlighter in Champagne Gold, and this is too dark for my skin tone, so I'm actually going to mix it with White Noise from Give Me Glow Cosmetics, just so that it's not like a dark stripe on the top of my cheekbones. So I'm just going to dip back and forth between the two, kind of maybe picking up a slightly bit more of White Noise as opposed to the Pat McGrath. Just going to give like a fleshy tone to the skin mixed in with that Pat McGrath. Just kind of tone down that Give Me Glow from being quite so stark. Then I'm going to take a Sonia G Smooth Buffer brush and go into the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Bronzer in number 2 medium, which got me thinking, Pat McGrath doesn't have any bronzers. So hopefully we'll get that like maybe by summertime, 2021, maybe. But I'm going to bronze my face and kind of contour with this bronzer here. And then I'm going to go into this Arthurine blush palette from Menagerie Cosmetics that I just got. I'm so excited about it because there are some wicked stunning shades in here. And I'm going to pick up a little bit of Salmonberry, which is this guy right here. And it's a matte blush. And I'm going to use a Sonia G Designer Pro for that. And just pick up a little bit of that and use it as a blush on my skin. That is a pigmented blush. I just barely like tapped into it. Without picking up any more product, I'm just going to run that highlighter brush over the top of my cheekbones again to make sure that that blush line is really blended in. Then I'm going to go ahead and finish off the face using a Chikuhodo, I believe this is the MKKO brush, powder brush, and the Guerlain Meteorites in Claire. And I like shake up the tin to kind of break up the product, get some on my brush, and then I just really buff it all over the skin. Then I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyelids from the lash line to underneath the brow with the CoverGirl in Olay Simply Ageless Foundation. And then I have a Sigma Precision Angled brush. It's just a synthetic. I like to use a synthetic brush to put on primer. Just tap this on. I'm going to take this flat shader brush from Wayne Goss, this is an 18, and go into the Supernova highlighter here from Aether Beauty. And I'm going to put that on the inner corner. Right here. Just because I need that little bit of added brightness right there. Then I'm going to go into the Celestial Divinity Luxe Quad in Risque Rose and go into the shade Lavendering, which is this guy right here. It is so shiny, and I'm going to use that same brush. And I'm going to put that on the middle of the lid to start. Yeah, I'll put it through the center of the lid there and kind of up above the crease. Kind of really packing that guy on there. Then I'm going to go into the Celestial Divinity Luxe Quad in Interstellar Icon, and I'm going to go into the shade Hypnotic, which is this guy right here. It looks like a blue, but it's got a purple duochrome to it. I'm going to put that on the outer kind of part and blend it inwards. More blue than purple in that guy. Then I'm going to go into the Mothership Mega Celestial Divinity and go into the shade Major Mahogany, which is this brown right here. And I'm going to use a Chikuhodo GSN 9 for that. And I'm going to put that guy through the crease. I just angle it up towards the tail of the brow. Then using a Sonia G Mini Booster Brush, I'm going to go into this other matte in this large palette here, right there, which is called Venusian Orchid. And I'm going to blend out with that guy. Without picking up any more product, I'm going to take that GSN 9 and run it through here to make sure these are nicely blended here. And then I'm going to try this Utopia shade from the Fleur Fantasia eye quad, which is this one right here. I think it might be the lightest shade out of all the palettes, and I'm hoping it'll work for a brow bone highlight. It'll work. It's a little bit deeper than what I would have liked, but it works. Then I'm going to take that mini booster brush, and I'm not going to pick up any more product, but I'm going to bring up that kind of rosy matte shade a little bit into that highlight. And there is the shadow done. I'm going to go ahead and finish up my eye makeup, and I'll be right back to put on some lips for you guys. For lips, I've got the ColourPop Lippy Pencil, and this is in the shade Cool BFF. I'm going to go ahead and line my lips and kind of fade it inwards. And then I have the Matte Trance lipstick in Amore, which is this guy right here. I'm going to probably... well, I think I'll put it on in full. I was going to kind of maybe mix it with Kim KW from Charlotte, but I think I'll just go this route. And that is the overall finished look using the items that I purchased from the Pat McGrath Holiday 2020 collection. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to wear sunscreen, and I will see you guys later. Bye.